Hey there, welcome back to our channel. Today, we're re-diving into the exciting world of Mardi Gras and all the amazing celebrations that come with it. Picture this: vibrant parades filled with colorful floats, dazzling costumes that sparkle in the sun, and mouth-watering foods like king cake and gumbo that just make your taste buds dance. It's a time when communities come together in a joyful explosion of fun and festivity. But seriously, have you ever stopped to think about the history and deeper meaning behind this iconic festival? Though most famously associated with the lively streets of New Orleans, the traditions of Mardi Gras have a long and fascinating story that stretches back centuries, rooted in ancient practices and deep cultural significance. Today, we are going to unwrap the glitter and delve into the history behind the biggest party of the year. During Mardi Gras, at least 1 million visitors take to the streets of New Orleans to participate in the city's iconic Fat Tuesday parades and festivities. The celebration features brass bands, parades, king cakes, and beaded necklaces, with day-long festivities packed with food, music, and drinks. While revelry can be found all over the city, arguably the highest concentration of celebrations can be found on Bourbon Street. Coincidentally associated with drunken debauchery, it surprises many to learn that Bourbon Street was named not after the amber color liquor, but after the ruling French family of the day. The city's layout, designed in 1721 by royal engineer Adrien de Pouger, included street names honoring the French royal houses, Catholic saints, and France's ruling family, the House of Bourbon. Fat Tuesday, the pinnacle of the Carnival season, is a day dedicated to feasting and celebration, held annually on the Tuesday directly preceding Ash Wednesday. Ash Wednesday marks the solemn beginning of the Christian season of Lent, a 40-day period of fasting, prayer, and penance leading up to Easter. The name Mardi Gras is French for Fat Tuesday. The celebration was passionately adopted by French Catholics and was initially called Boeuf Gras, or fatted calf. Later on, the name Mardi Gras, which translates to Fat Tuesday, gained favor as the holiday's preferred title, since the last day of the festival season was celebrated on the Tuesday preceding Ash Wednesday, a literal translation that perfectly captures the day's primary purpose. Historically, it was the final opportunity for households to indulge in rich, fatty foods such as meats, eggs, dairy, and desserts before the dietary restrictions of Lent began. This tradition of using up all the decadent ingredients in the pantry before a period of abstinence is the very heart of the celebration. The timing of Fat Tuesday is intrinsically linked to the Christian liturgical calendar. It always occurs the day before Ash Wednesday, and its specific date changes each year because it is determined by the date of Easter Sunday. To be precise, Fat Tuesday falls exactly 47 days before Easter. The fundamental purpose of the day is to provide a final burst of revelry and indulgence before the 40 days of Lenten fasting and sacrifice. It is seen as a time to embrace life's excesses. Across the globe, the traditions of Fat Tuesday are expressed in a variety of delicious ways, with a strong focus on using up those rich ingredients before the Lenten fast. Foods that are high in fat, eggs, and sugar are central to the festivities. In the United Kingdom and other Commonwealth countries, the day is widely known as Shrove Tuesday, or, more colloquially, Pancake Day, where families gather to flip and enjoy pancakes, traditionally served with lemon and sugar. In places with a strong Polish heritage, the celebration often begins on the preceding Thursday, known as Tłusty Czwartek, or Fat Thursday, a day for devouring pączki, which are rich, filled donuts. Of course, in New Orleans and other Gulf Coast regions, the iconic king cake, a circular pastry decorated in purple, green, and gold, reigns supreme. While these specific culinary traditions vary, they all share the common theme of pre-Lenten indulgence. Beyond the food, the celebrations themselves are equally vibrant. In many places, especially in New Orleans, the day is marked by spectacular parades, elaborate masquerade balls, and street parties that last from dawn until the stroke of midnight. Mardi Gras Blood Ball is not a traditional element of Mardi Gras, but is an entertainment or party theme that puts a vampiric, horror, or murder mystery twist on the classic Carnival event. The name combines the traditional Mardi Gras ball with the theme of blood, vampires, or murder. Here are some examples of what Mardi Gras Blood Ball might refer to: murder mystery dinner theater. These events often incorporate a dramatic whodunnit storyline into a costumed Mardi Gras ball. For example, the Mardi Gras murder mystery Masquerade, Blood on the Bayou in Florida, invited guests to solve a murder plot set during a family's masquerade ball. Vampire themes. Some horror-themed parties take inspiration from vampiric tales set in New Orleans. Anne Rice's interview with the Vampire series features a decadent and murderous Mardi Gras ball thrown by vampires when the Lenten season officially begins. Fat Tuesday represents the grand finale of the Carnival season, a period of Christian celebration that starts on the Feast of the Epiphany and culminates in this final day of feasting and revelry before the fasting and solemnity of Lent. The name, Fat Tuesday, is, as mentioned, a direct translation of the French phrase Mardi Gras. This name perfectly encapsulates the tradition of consuming all the remaining rich, fatty foods like meat, eggs, and dairy before the Lenten fast commences on Ash Wednesday. While firmly integrated into the Christian calendar, the practice of celebrating with grand feasts and parties before a period of fasting has roots that trace back even further, echoing ancient pagan festivals that celebrated the arrival of spring and the end of winter. These older traditions were gradually incorporated into the Christian liturgical calendar during the Middle Ages, blending seasonal celebration with religious observance. The cultural expressions of this day are wonderfully diverse. In some cultures, particularly in American cities with large Polish populations like Chicago and Detroit, Fat Tuesday is affectionately known as Paczki Day. This day is named for the rich, jelly-filled pastries that are traditionally consumed in vast quantities to mark the occasion. Meanwhile, in the United Kingdom, Ireland, and Australia, the day is more commonly referred to as Pancake Day, a nod to the simple yet beloved tradition of making and eating pancakes. Another name for the day is Shrove Tuesday, which derives from the Old English word shrive, meaning to confess one's sins and be absolved, a spiritual preparation for the introspective season of Lent. These different names and traditions all point to the same core concept: a final, joyous indulgence before a period of spiritual discipline. The way Fat Tuesday is observed varies dramatically around the world, but some popular traditions have become synonymous with the celebration, largely thanks to the iconic festivities in New Orleans. Parades are one of the most visible and beloved traditions. Cities with strong carnival histories, most famously New Orleans, host large, elaborate parades featuring extravagant floats, marching bands, and costumed crews. These parades are the culmination of months of planning and artistry, creating a truly unforgettable spectacle for the millions of spectators who line the streets. During these parades, a unique tradition known as throws takes center stage. Participants riding on the floats toss a variety of items to the cheering crowds below. The most famous of these throws are beaded necklaces, typically in the Mardi Gras colors of purple, green, and gold. Other common throws include decorated plastic cups, coins called doubloons, which are stamped with the crew's emblem, and other small trinkets. The act of catching these throws is an integral part of the interactive and joyous atmosphere of the parades. No Mardi Gras celebration would be complete without the king cake. This ring-shaped pastry, often a brioche or cinnamon roll-style cake, is decorated with icing and colored sugars in the traditional carnival colors. Baked inside the cake is a tiny plastic baby, and according to tradition, whoever finds the baby in their slice is blessed with good luck and prosperity for the coming year. This person is also often designated as king or queen for the day. Fat Jerome, in the context of Mardi Gras, refers to Jerome S. Jake Kernan, who reigned as the King of Rex, the King of Carnival, during the 1947 New Orleans Mardi Gras season. Who was Fat Jerome Kernan? A prominent figure. Jerome S. Kernan was a member of the elite Rex organization, also known as the School of Design. Rex is one of the most prestigious and historic crews in New Orleans. King of Carnival, he was selected to be Rex in 1947, a position that traditionally makes the individual the King of Carnival for the entire Mardi Gras season. Nickname's origin. The moniker Fat Jerome likely referred to his robust physique and was a playful nickname. A part of history. His reign is recorded in the history of the Rex organization. He and his reign are part of the larger cultural history of New Orleans Mardi Gras. The Rex organization. The Rex organization, founded in 1872, is known for setting many of the traditions that are still part of the city's celebration today. Rex parades did not happen for several years during World War II, so the 1947 parade, just 2 years after the war's end, was particularly significant. The boeuf gras tradition. The idea of a prominent fat figure is linked to one of Mardi Gras' oldest symbols, the boeuf gras, or fatted ox. This symbol represents the last meat to be eaten before the Lenten fast begins. In the early days of Rex parades, a live boeuf gras was included. In 1959, the tradition was restored with a papier-mâché version. Important context. It is important not to confuse Fat Jerome with the term Fat Tuesday. Mardi Gras translates to Fat Tuesday in French and refers to the culmination of the carnival season and the last day of feasting before the beginning of the Lenten fast, and is typically responsible for providing the king cake at the next year's celebration, ensuring the tradition continues. At its core, Fat Tuesday is about feasting. Indulging in a wide array of decadent and fatty foods is central to the festivities. In Louisiana, traditional dishes include hearty gumbo, flavorful jambalaya, savory étouffée, and sweet, fluffy beignets dusted with powdered sugar. These dishes are a celebration of the region's rich culinary heritage and provide the fuel for a long day of partying. Finally, the visual splendor of Mardi Gras is enhanced by the widespread tradition of masks and costumes. Many celebrants wear elaborate masks, a practice that originated in part to allow for anonymity and the temporary suspension of social norms during the revelry. The costumes can range from simple and festive to stunningly intricate works of art, adding to the magical anything-goes atmosphere of the day. While this year's festivities may have just ended, the spirit of Carnival lives on, and enthusiasts are already looking forward to the next grand celebration. So, mark your calendars and get your purple, green, and gold ready. The next Fat Tuesday will fall on Tuesday, February 17th, 2026. Whether you're planning to catch beads on Bourbon Street, flip pancakes in your cozy kitchen, or dive into the rich traditions of Mardi Gras, this celebration is all about embracing life's joy. Picture the colorful parades, the lively music, and the delicious king cakes. Mardi Gras really showcases our love for festivity and community, doesn't it? If you're just soaking up all this carnival energy and loving the good vibes from this video, make sure to hit that like button and share it with your friends. We really appreciate you watching, so thank you so much.